All right, just making his way to the studio. Guess no other person. Gwenga, you're welcome. And the big one to you, very simple. Do you think Cameroon can pick Africa's third win at the World Cup?
Of course they can. They are one of the powerhouses of Africa. I think they belong to the first 10 if you talk about best teams from Africa. When they hosted the AFCON, they were just a penalty away from getting to the final. So yes, they could win against Serbia. Serbia are not highly ranked when it comes to powers that be in FIFA. So we will try to be sentimental because it's African country, but away from that, objectively, Cameroon should do the job.
All right, yeah, I said it. Very soon we'll be going for the first 45 minutes of this game. But for those who would like to stake on Bet Niger, Pius, a very quick one. What do you think will be the scoreline for the first half?
First half scoreline, let me say it's going to be 2-1 in favor of Cameroon.
Pablo.
First half, Serbia 1, Cameroon 0.
This man is not an African.
Well, I'll follow the trends of what we've been seeing so far. No goals in first half, so 0-0 for me.
Wow. They are not on the same page. Different pages.
Football is more than a game.
Let's look at, your halftime predictions. Starting with you, Gwenga. I think it was 1-0 in favor of Serbia, right?
No, I went for goalless.
Goalless?
Yes.
And we got over 2.5.
Just in the first half.
You were far from it.
Yeah, I was far from it. I didn't see Cameroon fluffing their lines that way, especially towards the twilight of the first half. Though they went beyond expectation to get on the first goal. But at the end of the day, I think this is the second round of events. Teams are beginning to find themselves out. They know how their opponents play, and they are trying to counter-attack whatever they bring to the table. So maybe,
before we even talk about what is going to happen in the second half, do you feel they missed Onana?
Of course. Club-wise, you know what he brings to the table for Inter Milan. Country-wise, you know what he brings to the table. His presence alone says a lot. In the first game, I don't think they conceded much, just one goal or so. So his presence was felt. In fact, the 2 goals that were conceded, you could see the miscommunication between the defenders and the goalkeepers. So yes, his presence is being missed. If you see my cup is almost half empty, you would think I'm the coach of the Cameroonian side because I've been drinking and been wondering what are they doing. But in the second half, hopefully they can maybe 2-2 or 2. Like he said, if 3 goals can come in the first half.
All right, let's return to our Janop Stadium to see the second half of this encounter between Cameroon and Serbia. After that, we'll discuss again.
Football is more than a game.
Gwenga, what do you make of the second half of this game?
I have a lot of questions. That's just one question. The first question is, why the disciplinary action before the game? Why the argument before the game? Why the disagreements in the camp? Why start Abubakar in the second half? Why start with 4-3-3 when you don't have the player profile to execute such style? A lot of questions to ask Song, but I would say 1 point apiece is not really a bad result for both teams because I think it's a fair result for what they brought to the table. But at the end of the day, aside from the decision of the coach, I think the players themselves, they need to up their game. They need to reach that level. I think my senior colleague here was talking about mentality. Mentality is not sold in the market. It's something you imbibe, and the Cameroonians have failed to show that so far.
Sean Pablo.
Maybe probably he's trying to tell him, I'm the boss here. Whatever happens here, the blame will not go to you, it will come to me. So
but we've seen it happen in club football. We've seen it happen in country. Even Nigeria football, right? The last time, pardon me, the last time we saw in news, however unconfirmed, Ndidi preferred not to play as a CB. Coach preferred to play him as a CB. He left camp. Blah blah blah. But we've seen it happen when Zidane in club football now. When Zidane came to Real Madrid, he allowed the players to express themselves how they want to express themselves on the field, and using his own veteran knowledge, he put those player profile in the right application. So regardless of whatever expectation you need from the coach, I feel like it's still the coach's responsibility to manage the team. Reply. I agree.
But do you agree with him?
Of course.
Will Cameroon be leaving next week?
It's unanimous. They lost the first game. They drew the second game, just 1 point. and they are going to face the best team in the world.
See,
Even in the current competition, they are the best performing team so far. That's Brazil.
I have my reservations about this.
You can leave this, but just look at this man here.
He doesn't agree.
A clear understanding of Can you say that?
He doesn't agree.
What does that mean?
He's laughing at the
He
hope
sure
my guy
doesn't agree.
He's laughing at the hope my guy just talked about, because there is no hope in football.
That's actually Thierry Henry, by the way. And I feel Thierry Henry doesn't really agree. And we know what happened between Thierry Henry and Samuel Eto'o at Barcelona.
Yes,
so when you bring this,
is that why they are giving him
there's a lot of history behind that, of course.
So why the back pain, or what is happening here? Just imagine in Nigeria you have someone like Ikesho Romo. So if you bring Ikesho Romo, you bring Peter Rufai to come and be your goalkeeper trainer, and you're telling him this is the way you want to, you understand? So that's it.
I feel like there been a lot of disparity between classic football and modern football. As today, we hardly see a number 10 in the game approach. It's always about the wingers, it's always about the strikers. That's why we see mostly 4-3-3 or 3-4-3. But aside from that, I could remember vividly a game, Chelsea against Barcelona, where Hazard was used as a false 9 under Sarri. After the game, Hazard posted the interview and he was like, we could play this game for 320 minutes and we won't score a goal. What was he trying to say? The coach knows Sabi work. That's what I was trying to say.
All right, so it's getting interesting here. But we need to leave this Cameroon matter now, because there is another game coming up so shortly. But, as a final thing, will Cameroon qualify?
No.
Sean Pablo.
I don't see it.
Pius.
You said you gave them a fighting chance before now.
They have to bring the fighting chance. They have to own their heart.
And we have to agree that everyone failed in their prediction.